The Monk and the Three Doors. A young student once asked a wise monk, "Master, why do I keep making the same mistakes? No matter how hard I try, I fall into the same habits again and again." The monk simply said, "Walk with me." They walked down a long corridor inside the monastery until they reached three identical wooden doors. The monk pointed to the first door. "Open it." The young man opened the door and stepped inside. Immediately, the floor collapsed beneath him, and he fell into a deep dark pit. The monk pulled him out. "Try the second door," he said. The young man entered the second room. This time the floor held, but flames suddenly rose around him. He escaped coughing and frightened. The monk nodded. "Now the third door." The young man hesitated but opened the final door. Inside was a calm, peaceful room with soft light and a small window letting in fresh air. Confused, he asked, "What does this mean?" The monk looked at him and said, "In the first door, you fell because you rushed without thinking. In the second door, you were burnt because you acted with fear and doubt. But in the third door, you paused. You breathed. You observed. You chose wisely." He placed a hand on the student's shoulder. Life always gives you the same three doors. The door of rushing, the door of fear, and the door of wisdom. He continued, "Your mistakes repeat not because life is hard, but because you keep choosing the same door." The young man lowered his head. "How do I know which door is the right one?" The monk smiled gently. "The right door is always the one you open slowly. The one you walk into with awareness, not emotion. The one that requires patience, not impulse." The student finally understood. His repeated mistakes were not destiny. They were decisions. From that day forward, whenever he faced a choice, he closed his eyes, took a slow breath, and asked himself, "Which door am I choosing?" And slowly, his life began to change.